If you're thinking about building a home in Northeast Florida, you're going to want to stay tuned for this video. The home buying process a year ago with new construction looks a lot different than what it does today. 2020 brought quite the surge of demand with resale and new construction. Builders were not offering any incentives. With some builders, they released lots strategically and buyers had the opportunity to bid on those lots. The highest bid for the lot would win and you were awarded to move forward with building. Builders were not offering any closing cost concessions, flex money, upgrades in the design center, appliances weren't included. Most builders were only building inventory homes, or also known as spec homes. Let me explain what inventory homes are. In order for them to keep up with the demand and essentially make things easier for them, they chose which floor plan was built on which lot, and they chose all of the upgrades, all of the finishes. You would see the choices up front, but you weren't able to make any changes. They still offer this now in case you don't have the time to build. You can choose one of their inventory homes. 2020 up until now, this was your only option. We experienced countless delays, items going out of stock, and having to make last minute decisions. The customer service aspect of things, I'm not gonna lie, most of the time it was less than enjoyable. I think employees were overwhelmed, the workers were overwhelmed. Enough about the last 2 years. Let's dive into how things are today. The buyer demand has decreased and interest rates have increased. Homes are staying on the market longer. So with this trifecta, it's really putting builders in trouble. Buyers are canceling contracts because although you are in contract and the builder starts building your home, you aren't locking in your interest rate until 30 days until closing, or maybe sooner. So with that increase in the interest rates, some buyers had to pull out because they could no longer afford their monthly payment. I can't even imagine buyers being in that scenario during that time. Buyers have pulled back on purchasing. So now, hallelujah, the builders are now offering incentives again. As your realtor, which please keep in mind, I have access to all new construction, all the communities, and it doesn't cost you anything to use my services when representing you. Now we are able to negotiate that list price, get our buyers closing cost incentives, appliances, and even potentially buy down your interest rate. This is a pretty popular topic right now with the increase in rates. You can use cash to lower your interest rate, and for some people, this really makes a lot of sense. With new construction, we can negotiate for the builder's lender to buy down that rate. That's a pretty broad overview. So if you have questions or you want me to do a rundown of what a rate buy down is that's being offered, let me know in the comments below. I want to dive into some of the stats and what is going on with the Jacksonville real estate market currently. So quick fact about Jacksonville, it's the largest city in the United States with over 840 square miles. So when someone mentions that they're interested in Jacksonville, my first follow-up question will be, well, where exactly? And I love learning more about the buyer and their lifestyle because I truly feel like Jacksonville has something here for everyone. Jacksonville is broken up into 5 counties: Duval, St. Johns, Clay, Nassau, and Baker. I could dive into all of the stats, but this video would take me all day. So I'm just going to dive into a couple of the areas that I typically work. I want to talk about Duval County first. It's a pretty affordable price point. And I did take out the beaches area for these stats because the real estate at the beach is going to be much more. The median sales price in Duval County is $328,000. This number is up 12% from last year, but only up 0.1% from last month. That's very minimal, basically nothing, right? It'll be very interesting to see what the numbers will be next month. So stay tuned for that video because I really think that the median sales price is probably going to go down from last month. The average price per square foot is $190. There's 3 months of inventory, which is super healthy. This is good news. Much more inventory for buyers. Median days on market is sitting at 34 days. So this is from the time that a seller lists the home and goes under contract. This number is up a ton from last year. It's up 78%, but it's down 2.9% from last month. We are seeing homes sit on the market for much longer, right? And I bet the numbers will decrease much more than 2.9% when we see them next month. Now let's talk about St. Johns County. I want to mention that these numbers do not include Ponte Vedra Beach. The median sales price in St. Johns County is $500,000. This is up 13% from last year. 13% might not sound as much, but this would put us at $442,000 last year as the median sales price. That's a pretty big jump. That can put someone out of their budget. Because like I mentioned, currently we're sitting at $500,000. But in comparison to last month, September, we were down 4.2%. And I, again, think next month, the median sales price will be down again. Median days on market are 51 days. This is up 155% from last year and up 21 days from last month. I am seeing homes sit on the market much longer. The average price per square foot is $238. This is down 2% from last month. Currently, over 1,000 homes are for sale in St. Johns County, not including Ponte Vedra Beach. But let's dive into Ponte Vedra Beach. It's one of my favorite areas. These numbers are going to be the highest, and here's why. Ponte Vedra Beach is home to the PGA Tour, TPC Sawgrass, and the Players Championship, along with other notable world-class golf and tennis facilities, award-winning spas, and an abundance of boutique shopping, restaurants. The list goes on and on. It's a very highly desirable area, especially also being in St. Johns County with top-notch schools, right? So like I mentioned, these numbers are higher than we discussed. It's at the beach. The median sales price in Ponte Vedra Beach is $850,000. That is $200,000 higher than the rest of St. Johns County. The median days on market are 44 days, and the average price per square foot is $348. The most interesting stat here to me is the closed over list price. So if a seller lists at $850,000, what percentage sells over asking? And this number is down 44% from last year. Before we wrap up this video, I want to share with you where I foresee the Jacksonville real estate market going. In Jacksonville, the availability of jobs is set to increase by 42% in the next 10 years. A wise move by investors in the Jacksonville real estate market would be to buy properties now to take advantage of that growth and rising housing needs. More jobs in Jacksonville means more people would like to live in the city, and therefore they need good housing. The economy here is completely diversified, and it just continues developing. We are home to the numerous Fortune 500 organizations and different businesses which give employment to the present and future. Neither the state of Florida nor the city of Jacksonville has an income tax imposed. We are at a low-level corporate tax rate of 4.5% in the state of Florida. You can see why that's attractive to businesses. One last thing I want to mention is that there are also strong indicators of low property vacancies, rising rents in single-family rental unit development in Jax. These factors are known to attract real estate investors into a city. The greater Jacksonville area can realistically aspire to become the highest performing economy in the country over the next 5 years, according to Elevate Northeast Florida report. I hope you found these numbers as interesting as I did. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate here in Northeast Florida, I would love to be a resource for you. If you like this type of video, please like and comment below. Let me know where you're watching from, and I will see you guys soon on the next video. Thanks again for watching.